everybody. How's everybody out there in YouTube land? Here's another exciting episode of And That's Why I'm Still Single. Have you ever had anybody try to pull the wool over your eyes, treat you like you're a mushroom, feed you bull, and keep you in the dark? I've been seeing this feller for a while. He was part of our group. We had a whole group of us that we used to country line dance. We'd run around to different establishments, and do our line dancing and two-stepping and all that kind of thing. And he's kind of part of the group, but I had been seeing him exclusively for a couple months. And one Friday night, we were supposed to go out, a whole bunch of us, to a place down in Kentucky. We lived in Ohio, and a bunch of us meeting up together, and we was going to do a little convoy drive and go down to this place down in Kentucky. And so we had made arrangements to all meet at this one parking lot place. I think it was in a mall, as best I remember. So after I got off work, I'd taken my clothes with me to change into for the evening, and that way I wouldn't have to drive back home and, double back, and I could just meet everybody there in the parking lot. So I changed my clothes after work, and I drove on down and met up with everybody except for the fella that was supposed to go with me. And I hadn't received any phone calls from him or anything to tell me why he wasn't going to be there. I was kind of surprised. So throughout the course of the evening, pretty much everybody was coupled up. There was a few of us, 3 or 4 of us, that was their stag. And one of the gals in the group knew this fella pretty well. And I asked her, I said, what on earth would make him not show up or call or nothing? This is out of the ordinary for him. And she says, well, I talked to him earlier today. Now, this fella was a farmer, and she says he had to go after a tractor part over in the state capitol. And I said, okay, who do you think you're talking to? And she kind of got a smirk on her face, and I said, listen, I'm a farm girl. I've been around farm equipment all my life, and there ain't no place that you're going to go, city or otherwise, on a Friday night to get a tractor part. I said, what's he up to? And she didn't want to tell me what was going on, and so I kind of kept at her over the evening. I said, well, you know him pretty well. I said, if he's up to something, you need to tell me about it. So she finally decided she was going to spill the beans, and she told me, well, he's been seeing this other gal from this other town on the side for a while now. I said, oh, really? He has he? I said, well, he wanted an exclusive relationship with me. I guess it was just supposed to be only exclusive on my side, wasn't it? And she just kind of grinned, didn't say anything. I'm like, okay. So, we went on through the evening. Everybody transported back to where we'd all met up, got in our vehicles, we all went home. I didn't hear anything from him for a few days, and finally he called me up. And I said, well, how was your date Friday night? And he says, what date? And I said, well, that one you went on with that other gal. And he says, well, how'd you know about that? I said, it don't matter how I knew about it. I said, what matters is that you and I were supposed to have an exclusive thing going on, and apparently it was only exclusive on my end and not for you. And he says, well, I'd like to take you to lunch, and we'll discuss it. So apparently he didn't know who he was dealing with. I said, well, okay, I'll go to lunch with you. I thought, yes, I'd like to have an opportunity to tell you all face to face, buddy. So I was working in a big office building, and there was a restaurant on the bottom floor. And I said, I'll meet you at that restaurant. And I told him what time, and so I met him there. He was all smiles and grins and everything. We go to lunch, and he's like, well, I was just meeting with her to break it off with her. And I said, oh, really? I said, well, that's too bad for you, I guess, if you was breaking it off with her, because we're done. Oh, well, I want to try again, and I'm really sorry. I said, no, that don't work for me. I said, you're not playing me. I said, you've played me here for a couple months, and that ain't working no more. We're done. And I got up and walked out of the restaurant, and that was the end of that, as far as I was concerned. He did end up marrying that other gal, all right. Whether he was faithful to her or not, I have no idea. But I know that I didn't have any more problem out of him. And that's why I'm still single.